All right, cylinder heads have two diameters in here, in the inside here, and then a taper, an angle cut into them. What was I going to say? Oh, I had to grind up a goofy little tool to get in there. I set my compound. I had to scribe another mark on my compound to get it at the right angle, 20 degrees, because my compound stopped at 30. So what I did was I set it on a number, an even degree, and then went over 20 degrees and put a scribe line on so that I can go back all the way to 0 now, right? So I can go to 30, 40, 50. Well, anyway, I got that figured out to where I can set this at 20 degrees, you know, off of. So what I need to do is I need to take a small center drill and go in here 252 thou from this surface. That'll allow me room for that my goofy tool to get in there to turn that angle. So let's do this one right away. And I got a huge drill in here. I don't want that. I want a small drill, or a small center drill, actually. And we'll use this one. We'll use this one here that I've got. Putting it in the tailstock here. Now, I would like to. I used to have an attachment on here on the nose that I could put a travel indicator on. I wonder what I've done with that. I hadn't used it in a long time. I might have chucked it because I really didn't like it, but it did work. Because that way I can set an indicator on here and get the reading that I want. Well, I'll just have to be careful and oops. I'll have to be careful and read the dial, I guess. I'll have to get I'm looking for a gauge block. And I believe this gauge block is 125. Nope, it's not. It's 200. This gauge block is 200. And I want to go 250 deep. So it'll be 450. Will that fit over? I'll hold this gauge block on there and back this up a ways. Crank it in, crank this over. I guess another way a person could do that would be to slide this up against the carriage and then move that in 250. I want to be pretty accurate at this. So right there. This is 200, I want to go in 250, so I got to crank 450 on this, on the dial. So there's 100, 200, 300. Oh, I didn't clamp it. But you see this, see what I mean here? I could set my carriage at 0. And then crank this until it touches. Then crank, and then move over 250. See how this works. The carriage was up against the tailstock was up against the carriage knee. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's just do it the way I was going to do it. Set this on 0. Set the tailstock dial on 0. My gauge block up there again. Slide this in till it touches. Right there. Make sure I ain't gonna hit nothing here with. All right. I locked it this time. Now 450. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 30, 40, 50. Hopefully this will work. All right. So now the bottom of that blends at a 20-degree angle to this 20 thou deep diameter that I put in. So let's see if we can peck all that out of there. All right. That's, my tool is pushing on the bottom here. I need to take and relieve that a little bit on the bottom. That should work. All right, let's try it again. That's better. Gotta be careful. This tool is not a big tool. Reason I put that, about the only reason that I put that 20 thou in there, bore in there before I started this, so I can see at the breakout where that angle needs to break out at. I don't know if you're following me, I hope you are. And that centered roll is just an area for my tool to, in the center, to get to. I might have to go to a bigger drill. We'll see here. I wish the chips wouldn't stack up in there, but they do. I think I'm gonna, my tool is grounded at an angle about like that. I'm gonna go and grind that back a little bit more. If you can, I don't know if you can see this tool. It's really she's a real gem. That's one of the things I've found in making small engines. You get a lot of tool grinding experience a lot of times, just to get a tool that'll work. Basically, all it's turning out to be is just a small point, this tool. right, well, kind of looks like what it's supposed to. I could grind that point back just a little more, I think. Because I think it's actually hitting on the bottom of the tool. Let me take and all right, just seeing if I can get down to the bottom of that center drill mark in there. I can't quite get to the center of it. So come back in there and pick that back up. It naturally works to the center now, so I gotta crank this in. And then back this out. We were at the max stroke at the compound. I think I'm going to call that good. It just needs to have enough room for the two valves to go into it. And I believe there's room in the center. I might want to try to get a better finish than that though. Because that's going to affect the valve. Let me look at the drawing again. I do believe that yeah, there's plenty of room in the center. Well, not plenty, but there is room in the center. I need to go to the model. I need to go to the model and see how much room I have in the center here. Alright, so I'm going to go take a look at that. And then I'll come back. And then I want to try to get a better finish than that anyway. It's hitting right there. So if I turn my tool a little more this way, let's see here. If I turn that tool just a little more like that. All right, let's try that. Crank it a little slower in there to try to get a better finish. Yes, tool goes almost right to the center now. But I should have went through and did all these diameters first, and it's a halfway decent finish. That'll be less lapping the valve when it comes time to lap the valves. It'll be a little, if it's a little smoother. I don't even need to go see, because I know that that's small enough now. Now let's see if I can rig up a tool to turn these diameters that I want in here without moving it. Oh, right here, jeez. Put another one in there. That up there. Tighten that up. Take this tool out. Don't want to move that tool post now. Leave it where it's at. Now don't break the tip off of that. Now, I am not going to be able to turn those diameters with a boring bar, I don't think. There'd be an angle on it. Will that actually hurt anything? It'd be pretty small. It'd be a small angle out. The cylinder actually sits out here. What would that do? That would make the combustion chamber a little bit bigger. If I use a boring bar that I hate to grind this boring bar up, because this is one of my favorite boring bars. I'm gonna just chance it and go with it the way it is, I think. Or I could just take a tool bit instead. And go in there. Yeah, let's try that once. That's the oddball. It's got the wrong, or different sets, different clamp screws in it. Okay, so if I come over here, tool will have to sit out like that. All right, let me get it. I don't want to use this tool bit either. Grind up a high-speed bit, I think, to do this. This is an ugly one I could use. I could use that one. This one here has got an ugly tip on it that needs to be reworked anyway. I don't know who ground this. Not me. Not me. I didn't grind it. That's one of them that I picked up, and so let's do some work on it.